is Sony going to be still relevant though, even though they just split up their business model and made a PlayStation type, business underneath Sony Entertainment? So,
Yeah.
are we going to talk about that, or is that for a
Yes,
later
yes,
date or
yes.
what?
No, no, thank you. Yes, you're right. Sony was it? I'll have to.
Sony Computer Entertainment changed their name. Basically,
Yeah,
what Google did. Well, basically what Google did at the beginning or the end of last year,
yeah.
where they restructured.
Yeah, they restructured, and so the Sony that we know, or Sony Entertainment, is no more. And I can't remember the name of the new one, but essentially it's all in one umbrella now. And where the old model was like Sony of America could do their own thing, they kind of they gave more of the regions more leeway and freedom to do stuff, and it seems like now it's more structured to where it's like unified, I guess you could say. And it's
Oh, it's like
and,
coming under central control,
Yeah,
basically.
central. Like from
That's a
what the article I read, it looked like it was going to be a little bit more under that it's going to be more under central control, which is kind of scary if you think about it, because
yeah, it is
that
sort of. It's sort of like
means
that scene on the Death Star when he goes, the Galactic Senate has been dissolved. It's sort of like,
uh, well, it's yeah,
yeah. So
because now you're going to be uh, one, because if you go by just because it was a cool model that Sony had, it's like Sony of America knows how to market this shit in America.
yeah.
Sony Europe, same thing, and it seems like this now you're going to have everyone in Tokyo sitting there deciding what's going to sell over in the States or in
I don't
Europe.
know. Have you seen Japanese commercials? Those are freaking awesome.
Yeah, to some people they're awesome, but it doesn't always work. It's
I mean,
let me
I'm a
just
fan
point
of
to
tentacle
the
rape just like everyone else, but I don't think it's going to play in Middle America.
I like that now that it's going to be more unified, but it's also scary that, what if you get some out of touch asshole up in headquarters saying, we're going to do it this way and it's going to hurt them. It clearly shows that Sony is like, hey, let's try to get all of our assets into something that's actually selling and try to get rid of all the stuff that's not selling anymore. So,
I mean, it could be good, it could be bad. Because I mean, on one end of the spectrum, you've got, it could wind up kind of killing any artistic freedom that the
yeah.
developers have to, kind of try something new and do something different and make a game, a unique kind of game. But on the other end of the spectrum, with Sony being more consolidated, it will be easier to, kind of get the ball rolling, make things happen, and things of that nature. So it could really go either way, and it'll probably be a little bit of a mix of both. So, have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm with you. Wait and see. What do you think, Jonathan?
If they plan to package the PlayStation VR with the next console, it's going to happen. No matter what. If it's part of the plan, I don't think they're going to be too fluid. I think they're probably going to stick with their current plans, and it's just going to go the way it's going to go, regardless.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's even if they've won this gen, they're still in rough shape. They lose if the PlayStation brand doesn't keep selling, they're done. Unless there's something else that they come up with, because the PlayStation brand is the only brand that's selling for Sony right now, really.
Saying like, I sort of have to backpedal a little bit, because Sony had these long drawn out ideas about where they were going to go with the Spider-Man franchise, which they just completely abandoned for apparently no other reason than people found out that they were going to make a Sinister Six movie, and they were like, "What the hell's your problem?" And they now Marvel is using Spider-Man in their movies and shit. So
yeah, I think
I guess
Sony's still going to get a cut.
Rigid.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Sony might still get a cut from that. I'm not sure. It just to me, it's just like
Sony's gonna make money off of it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was just going to add what you said. If Sony has to keep hitting the ball out of the park every time with the PlayStation brand, and by being rigid and sticking to, whenever Sony does that, remember the PlayStation 3 where they like stuck with it and it became a salvage operation for them? the whole era of the PlayStation 3, they lost so much money. And so
you gotta know when to cut your losses.
Yeah, so if they come out with the VR and they just stick with it and people don't like it, if they bundle it, then they're going to be back maybe even in a worse situation than they were, with the PS3, with I guess the PS5. But yeah.
Yeah, if Sony goes under, that's gonna completely changed the face of the gaming industry.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, you're talking about one of the big three going down, and
Yeah.
you know, then it's between Microsoft and Nintendo, unless somebody else comes in to fill those shoes, and I don't
Yeah.
see that happening. Not easily, anyways.
Maybe
So-
maybe Apple. You never know, because I mean, we never thought Sega would go away in the early '90s, and then you get to the end of the decade, and it's like, damn, no more Sega. So I mean, it can
Yeah.
happen. It can happen. Seems like Nintendo's the only one with staying power.
But I mean, to be fair, when Sega went away, it was kind of because of PlayStation. They kind of
Yeah.
drove them out of the market. So
Yeah, that,
there's
but-
no one driving PlayStation out of the market, though, really.
Yeah, but that also, just be said, Sega, I think, hurt themselves too.
Well, I mean, they did.
It was
I'm not
like-
saying it's all PlayStation's fault.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
saying, when Sega messed up, PlayStation was there to.
Yeah, they
kinda
were
like,
there to.
you could be with these guys, or look at this nice little PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they would have if Nintendo would have went with discs with the 64, it would have been over. PlayStation would have been knocked out of the market at the
Oh, yeah.
early stages. But Nintendo's, they're stubborn. Those CEOs.
Yeah.
And speaking
They
of,
had 64 whole bits. Damn it.
yeah, they did. And